Mike Tirico, my partner Greg Olson, set to bring this to you. Kaimi Fairbairn getting this one started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Get it. Ready, off play action, it's Ward. Brought in by Chris Olave. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Now the first carry for Chuba Hubbard. And he'll find some way to turn this into positive yardage, struggling forward for a pickup of about 2.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
Cowboy 80.
Ready. Shotgun snap for Wolf. He's going to let this one go deep. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down. They are going for it. It's Wolf. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. He's still on his feet. And he will go all the way. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Washington. Touchdown, number 9 for the year.
Well, I love it, Mike. We're seeing so many teams nowadays as they approach midfield, even on their side of the 50, keeping their offense on the field on 4th down. And it's certainly a risk. It's certainly up there for debate, but in this case, big chance, big reward, and they come down with 6.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Now first carry here for Keaton Mitchell. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. One play, one first down. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They'll go again with Mitchell. Oh, the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a 1st down. And good work there to get the 1st down yardage, and maybe better fortune that they get the ball back and Greg retained possession.
Nice job by the back there, Mike. He's able to get the 1st down, and I know that's where his mind was, but he can't forget to protect the ball, and that's the utmost importance. Unfortunately for him, in this case, the ball ends up going out of bounds. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Jackson now on 2nd down. Pushed out to his left. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down.
Go. Ready.
Jackson up top again. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a second down.
Sit hot.
They'll run. It's out of the gun, and it's Mitchell. He brought down inside the 25. Ray Amos there to make the tackle. 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun, Jackson. He's got a man. That's Travis Hunter. He's going to have the first down. That one good for 9, and the drive continues.
That's another.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the markers. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. That one taken in. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Houston.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Look at him go! And he's going to take this all the way back. 92 yards. Touchdown, Washington. You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back for the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense, you watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown, and you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no, offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this. And they go back and get a score of their own.
Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the Commanders will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. This one taken at the 7. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
No, we changed it. 180. 180. That's up.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Shot.
Play action now. Jackson. Flush to his right. Off he goes. And a nice game there. He's out of bounds, and that will bring up third down.
It's a gain of 7.
That's a smart play. Second down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable third down.
Third and short. Jackson. Got it with Smith and Jigba. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
Set to go now on first and 10. On first down, right back to Mitchell. Past midfield to the 45. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. They get 21 on that one. It's good for a Texans first down.
10 at the 38-yard line.
Hey, Alpha, shot.
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Shot. Shot.
Back to throw, Jackson. Rolling right. The second down throw is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Now Jackson on fourth down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Trey Amos. And good running on the return. It'll help him out. Get the ball right around the 45-yard line.
It's a turnover on downs.
Let's go now.
This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And he'll take this to about the 46-yard line. Derek Stingley Jr. off the edge makes the tackle.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Play fake, now Ward to throw. That's caught on the right side by Waddle. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
A gain of 18.
Here we go. Here we go.
First down.
Pass to 60. Pass to 60. Steady.
On the give, it's Hubbard. Space to run inside the 20. And he's into the end zone. Cuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Commanders. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him. And that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Commanders 21, Texans 7. Jack Fox set to kick
Both
off.
teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40.
Hey, turn on! Turn on! 180! Turn!
The drive will begin with a run by Mitchell. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Brings up second and 7.
Another run here with Mitchell. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's third down and 6.
Alpha, sit on!
On third down, Jackson. And he is going to go down. They sack him to end the first quarter. So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Commanders with the early lead. More from Houston coming up in a moment. No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. On fourth down, they snap it to Jackson. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on fourth and wind up turning it over on down.
It's a turnover on down.
7 Pirates! 7 Pirates!
On first down, Ward. Check this down. That's Hubbard out of the backfield. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 7.
Brings up second and
Let's
7.
go, 80! Let's go!
From the gun, here's Ward. That's over the middle and intercepted. He works free, right side.
And Mike, as bad as things seem, especially after that last play, the key to playing quarterback in this league, if you're going to allow bad plays to lead to more bad plays, you're not going to last very long. So it's the value of, hey, can you win the next play? And then the play after that. Those are the guys that really make it in this league, and we're going to get a good test of it right here.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This taken at the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Now, first down throw for Ward. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. That's the former Defensive Rookie of the Year, Will Anderson, getting to the quarterback there for his 8th sack of the year. Going to set up the screen here to Hubbard. Now he's free up the left sideline. And they will finally run him down. A huge play there on the screen pass. 37 yards.
A gain of 37 yards.
Fake the handoff. Now Ward. Quick throw here is complete. And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. First time he's caught a ball here tonight. And it is good for a first down.
And the Commanders
Out of the gun, Ward. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time. And it'll set up second down.
Second and 10 at the 30.
Ready? 70, get my wolf.
Here's a handoff to Hubbard. Finding room to the 20. And he will get into the end zone. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Washington. That's a 2-touchdown game for him. Numbers 7 and 8 for the season. Now Pinheiro to add on the extra point. It's up and through. And the Commanders have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game.
Jack Fox set to kick off.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
At their own 30-yard line.
They'll start this on the ground with Mitchell. He'll work forward for a couple. Big Ed Oliver there on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second down. Jackson. Forced to his right. Taking off. 10 yards on the scramble there. And he picks up the first down.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
Now a toss, left side with Mitchell. And he'll get about 6 out of that one before being forced out of bounds.
So his team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play. Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the second half.
3rd down and 3. He's got his man, completes a Pearsall. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. It is a big-time play for Houston. 38 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Smith and Jigba has it on that out route. And he'll take this one in. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Houston. That is 2nd touchdown tonight. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. This one taken at the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
On first down, it's right back to Hubbard. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. From the 34-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. 6, ready.
Looking to throw, it's Ward. Quick throw, taken in, and they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Commanders first down.
Ready.
Here comes Hubbard on a toss to the right. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I, back from Houston. In a moment. 2nd down and 8.
Come on. Hey. Johnny, let's go.
A give up the middle, it's Hubbard. And he's going to pick it up. Take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
Gain of 10 yards. That's another Washington first down.
Past the 60. Past the 60.
And the Washington first down.
It's a zone read given to Hubbard. And he's going to be fouled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Tackle there by Will Anderson.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9.
3-yard line.
Get it. Cougar 19. 70 Timberwolves.
Throwing, Ward. Catch made there by Waddle. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd
Here
quarter.
we go. Viking 18.
Ward now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Juba Hubbard, the man he was looking for. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Piñeiro's kick is good. And the Commanders can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jackson going to keep it himself. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. He's going to look for the home run ball. And that is incomplete. Travis Hunter was the intended target. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
Third and long for Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now fourth down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
Got it. Ready?
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Ready? Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Shotgun snap for Wolf. Sending it deep for Waddle. And that is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact.
Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
49-yard line.
Ready? 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 No, no. Ready?
On the get. Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. How about that? A quarterback able to spot the ball on the ground, gets on it, and keeps it for the offense.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment.
He'll find his tight end, Josh Oliver. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
Alpha, sit on. Ready? Shot.
Give up the middle for Mitchell. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Carson Schlesinger there on the stop.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6.
Sit on. Sit on. Ready? Sit on.
On play action, here's Jackson. Moving outside the pocket. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. Now he's loose again. And he's got another one. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Houston. That is 3 touchdowns in this one. And he's up to 11 on the season.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Makes the score. Commanders 31, Texans 28.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
27-yard line.
Okay, ready? Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
On play action, it's Ward. That's complete. It's Waddle. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
It's a gain of 10.
Bronco leading.
Washington first down.
Back to throw is Ward. That's 3. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Henry Tuotuo.
Ward's pass. Intercepted. The Texans take over first and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Jackson now to throw on first down. His pass complete to Jalen Noel. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. It's a gain of 34.
At the 4-yard line.
That's up. What's up? I'm out here. Hey, report! Report!
From the gun, Jackson. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Commanders are going to take possession at their own 3-yard line.
Take over first and 10.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. They're going to run right over center with Hubbard. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Try again. It's second and 10.
At the 3-yard line.
Ready! Ready!
They'll go again with Hubbard. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop at the no gain yet again. And now it's third down.
Ready!
Third down and 11.
Here we go, here we go! Back to 60, back to 60!
They'll motion their tight end, Johnson.
Ready?
Throwing on third down, Ward. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
A gain of 12.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings!
Here's a handoff, Hubbard heading right. And he'll get about 6 out of that one before being forced out of bounds.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike, and they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Go.
To throw is Ward. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Tommy Tremble, tight end, the man he was looking for there. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Come on, come on. Hit. Cowboy 80.
Here's Ward. Exiting the pocket right. Taking off. He'll try to get there. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of downs. On first down, it is Hubbard. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 7. Now the former Tulane star. Here's Tyjae Spears. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time? Throwing is Ward. He'll let it go deep left sideline. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
They are going for it. It's Ward. A wide open receiver downfield. This one is caught. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. This is going to wind up being not just a conversion, but a play that flips the field as well.
This guy has just such a knack for getting open, Mike, and whenever they're looking for that big play, he's usually one of the guys at the top of the progression, and it's pretty easy to see why.
On the ground, this is Hubbard. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. He'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Let's go.
Another run here with Hubbard. And he is not going to get away. Might have got the yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun, here's Ward. And that is incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range. Do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on 4th down. That one caught. Touchdown, Commander. That his 2nd TD catch of the season. And that is touchdown number 1 in the National Football League career of a guy, Greg, taken high in the draft, hoping for moments like that.
When you get drafted in the 1st round, Mike, let alone as a wide receiver, the expectation in the NFL today is that you need to come in and be an immediate impact player. Plays like this continue to build that relationship with the quarterback, and I think this guy's got a real bright future.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
They're on the 31-yard line.
Get your money up. I put money down. On all of us. On my people now.
Don't worry.
On what I love.
The drive will begin with a run by Mitchell. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 13 yards. And the Texans first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first and 10, Jackson on the run to the right. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
Jackson now on second down. He'll get this out wide to Mitchell. Down the sideline. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. A pickup of 44 yards.
First and 10.
So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this.
DC, ready?
They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. Now Jackson, this a designed run. Looking for the pylon, but the official right there is going to mark him out of bounds at the 1-yard line. He'll get 10 there on the keeper, and that's going to be good for a first down.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal.
Sit hot!
Jackson going to keep this one himself. And he will score! Game on! Lamar Jackson! Touchdown, Texans! Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. The return starts from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Let's go! Gotta be lying!
Play action. Ward. Back into the hands of Hubbard. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Ready?
A run with Hubbard. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Washington.
A gain of 13 yards.
Ready?
First down, Washington.
68, go, Rig! Go!
Here's Hubbard. he was able to get it back. Yes, he was. That was so nearly the turnover the defense needed. They couldn't get it in time. Here's a 2nd and 9. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Straight ahead, it's Spears. There he goes, inside the 30. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Jay Spears. Touchdown, Washington. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Texans 35.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
And with my type activities, then don't you get involved. Hey, what? I mean, shit I seen, send them all.
Oh, we're ready.
Take a trip, you know I'm tripping for my
It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. The ball comes out. The Commanders come up with it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. And, Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line.
At their own 34-yard line.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot! Sit hot! 180!
They'll start this on the ground with Mitchell. And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8. That is past the 40-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
2nd down. Jackson. That's to the right side. And incomplete.
Dropping a catchable ball is one of the worst feelings. It feels like the entire stadium is laughing at you, and all I know is, firsthand, you just want to get another opportunity to put that one behind you.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1.
Alpha, sit hot! 180! Sit hot! 180! Finish it! Sit hot!
Off the play fake. Jackson. Going for it all. That's caught. And out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line.
At
another big play in a game that's had its share. 35 yards.
22-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Play action now. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. They got the guard, Osiris Torrance.
Let's go. 180! 180! That's it!
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. You can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
3rd and long to Jackson. That's 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. And they will finally get to him as he's brought down near the 40-yard line.
Defenders take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Go!
Play fake, now Ward to throw. Off he goes.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Come on. Tap the 60. Ready, right?
They'll run it here with Hubbard. And they'll bring him down just shy of midfield, but that is enough. It's a 1st down.
7-yard gain.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Forced out wide. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's Olave as they try the jet sweep. Yeah. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Commanders 1st down.
Got it. Ready?
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll try the right side with Hubbard. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
At the 32-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Check. Hits.
A give up the middle, it's Hubbard. Finding space at the 15. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. Now it is 1st and goal.
1st down.
Here we go. Check.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll run with Hubbard. And he's into the end zone yet again. Chuba Hubbard, touchdown Commanders. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game.
Eddie Pinheiro.
And make it a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value. And so far, this guy's been incredible.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Get on! Ready! Ready, shot!
They'll run it over center with Mitchell. And he goes forward. Good gain on that one. Pickup of 8 out to the 33-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. On play action, here's Jackson. Open is the tight end, Oliver. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
First down.
Alpha, sit on!
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
180! Ready, shot on! 180! Ready, shot!
A give to Mitchell. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Here's 1st and 10.
That's another Texans first down.
Now Jackson. Flush to his left. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, Snake Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their 2nd. As they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game.
Ready! Cowboy 80! Motion!
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Into the secondary, past the 40. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line.
That's good for a Commanders first down.
Packers 60! Packers
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st down, it's right back to Hubbard. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Commanders will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they stop it with 22 ticks left on the clock here in the 4th.
Okay, ready?
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 19, Tiger, 19.
Shotgun snap for Ward. Moving left. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Let's go.
Tight end going in motion here. On third down, here's Hubbard. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done. He'll go for it with Hubbard. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So, a win here on the road for the Commanders. And this long winning streak showing no signs of slowing down. They put one more in the win column with yet another solid performance here. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. From Houston, good night, everyone.